Silva Emmanuel, welcome to day 19th of our 30 days business insight. And you can all agree with me that this journey has been so intriguing and exciting. And like I've always said, this video is definitely for you because it is impactful and also insightful. So before I get into the 19th question from our business survey, I all want to thank you for your views and your subscription to our YouTube channel, liking and sharing and commenting to our page. So following us on all social media page. I want to say thanks. And if you have not done that, what are you definitely waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I bet you our content are always insightful and also impactful. It is experiential knowledge that I share here on Business and View. So let me get right into the 19th question from our business survey, and please pay attention to this because it's one of the questions I want to spend my time on and address. And the question is simply, are customers always right? And why I want to spend my time in addressing this, I know it's a question that has some bit of controversy. You get, I've had people always asking these, are customers always right? Customers always right? Let me just give you my 2 cents of what it is, and I am so sure you have an insight from it. So let me tell you what actually happened. So one of these days that I go out for market visitation, visiting some of our customers, I went into a shop or an outlet, like we normally call it in our industry. And in summary, the business owner was dissatisfied with the sales rep that was handling the business, and mentioned a lot of things and said they are not buying from us for the past 6 months because of this, that she felt insulted by the sales rep, and I was displeased, and I called the sales rep from that point, and the sales rep could not even defend himself. So at least I now told the business owner that, look, as I'm talking to you right now, that sales rep, I will ensure that is fired. I will ensure that is fired. Why? Because I believe I have the mentality that customers are always right. And I left. The interesting thing that happened next, you won't believe that at that same night, this same customer actually called me to tell me that I shouldn't fire or sack, the right word, sack this sales rep in question, because actually she did something wrong, but she did not actually like the reaction of the sales rep. You get? This logically, I believe, has answered this question that if customers are always right. So let me just stretch this further by saying I will address this logically and practically. So logically, I will use what is known as a logical if conditional statement to address this. And what is that? It states, if customers are all human beings and human beings are not always right, therefore customers are not always right. So logically, I've created I don't think I added to the debate. So I just gave you an insight to how to approach this. Practically, from business perspective, customers are valuable to the business. You get, a business actually spends money. There is a CAC, customer acquisition cost, for every customer that you're seeing. Customer should be treated as a king. You get, the reason why the business exists is because of these customers that are existing. So they are that valuable to the business. And from that perspective, bet this narrative that customers are always, always right. You get. So let me state this, and it is from my own ideology and philosophy of life. Customers are always right is a mentality to have, while customers are not always right is a knowing to know. I don't have time to explain this, but you can actually just ponder on this. Let me say it again. Customers are not always right is a knowing to know, and customers are always right is a mentality to have. This is my approach towards this question. Nevertheless, let me just state some things that I actually documented. And it states, practically, customers must be treated as if they are right. Because their patronage sustains the business. Hold on. While customers may not always be right in their opinions, demands, or even behavior, they are always right in their worth to the business. This is why businesses must treat customers like king. So there is the human nature of a customer, because if you take out the human from the customer, there is no longer customer. So we should realize, like I asked somebody, are you a customer? Definitely everybody is a customer to someone, to a business. You buy, I buy clothes. I'm a customer to a boutique. Am I a human being? Yes. Am I always right? No. So there's a logical approach to it, but there's a practical approach to it. The customers are always right. So listen, not by blindly agreeing with their claim, but by being professional enough to manage not their human nature, but their patronage nature. So you don't approach a customer because you want to see that customers are not always right. Yes, you are talking about their behavioral pattern, their opinions, their demand. No, you look from the lens of the worth of a customer to your business. And I think this practically gives you an insight. So it is a debate. I know it's people argue about it, but there's a logical expression which I did and a practical also approach to read. I hope this video actually gives you an insight to this question. If customers are always right, I want to get feedback from you, but this is my 2 cents in addressing this. Bye. See you on our next video.